Do you think you'll be able to do that, Toby, for us next week?
Huh?
We'll be able to fill that in for us for next week?
What?
Last week's sheet and this week's sheet when you get it.
Sure.
Good lad.
Fantastic. We'll be sending this one out after the session, so probably tomorrow morning. We'll just wait for Leon to come back before we can, Carts, if you don't mind walking through it a little bit.
Yeah.
Lovely. Dun, dun.
Oh, and he's picked up a drink as well. Goodness me.
Plenty of time. Okay, cool. So I'll go on to share screen. And here it is. Okay. Over to you.
Okay, can you enlarge that a little bit at the bottom for me, Steve?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is just an example of one of the players I've done this with many years ago now, and I just want you to have a little think about if can you drop it down a touch for me, Steve? It's got all the numbers in there. So I think where we want you to get to is if technically they're easy things to think about, aren't they? And tactics. If you think 10 being the ultimate, and I think if we use that as a British Open junior finalist, if we're measuring ourselves on something along those sort of lines for your age group. So if they're 10, where would you think you fit in that sort of spider's web? So if you looked at yourself tactically, how much time do you think about tactics? How much time do you talk to your coach about tactics? How much time do you think we need to talk about tactics? And thinking about what we did last week, because I thought last week was a really good session with the Nick Matthews video, which linked him really nicely to the session the week before, using height with pace. It was absolutely spot on. And the one that Steve's chosen tonight, this handling under pressure, I think the gentleman in question handles pressure so very, very well. So just have a little think about where you are tactically in your age group to the best in the world at your age group, where you are technically, physically, mental, something that we haven't done a lot of stuff on, and your lifestyle in general to your squash. So if we can just open up the bottom bit a little bit, Steve. My eyesight's good, but it's not that good. And raise it a wee bit. So physical, the person I was working with, action plans, you can see through their spider's web, there's a lack of gym work. Lifestyle, allow coaching to rule some days, even weeks. Mental, don't believe in myself, don't believe in my own ability enough. Competition, don't play enough matches to use matches and use league matches. Tactical, tend to play my game, need to know what a game plan is. So that's a fairly sort of basic sort of reply to those sort of things, but you can see the numbers corresponding there. So the actions come from the graph above. So if you were to think about something like that now, I'll pick on Leon. I can't see him, but I'll pick on Leon. Where what would you think you would fit your age group, British Open, technically now?
I think technically I'm not the greatest. I'd give myself a 5. I think I'd give myself a 5.
That's pretty generous.
Who said that? Toby?
Toby was screwing up his face the whole time.
Oh, now,
have you seen Leon's shot selection?
No,
does shot selection come into hold it? Yeah. Does shot selection come into technical or tactical?
Have you seen
shot selection is tactical.
So
shot selection is definitely tactical.
Okay, so there we go. So now we're opening these things up, which is great, which is what we're about. So technically, I would actually raise you higher than a 5.
Oh, stop it.
I would actually, looking all of you on this call here now, every one of you, take Steve out of the equation because technically Steve's a bit on the backhand side. Technically, I would raise you all above a 5. I'd rate you higher than a 5 in your age groups. I don't know if I'm being generous there, Steve. What do you think?
I don't think you're being generous on that.
No, I think technically, I think you are. You're all I think you're way above a 5, actually. I think if I was going into tactics, then I think I might start to think about things like shot selection and game plan. I've heard it said, at events, I'll just play your game. That's fine. Well, we know that actually doesn't work, does it? Playing your own game doesn't work. You've got to know your opponent. If you don't know your opponent, you have to find out very quickly within a very short space of time. You need to find a weakness. You need to find where you're going to get your points from. I think the lifestyle one, I've done this very much with the pros at the time. I think the lifestyle one's a very, very difficult one for you to answer. You're all working very hard at your schoolwork, and there's a lot of pressure on schoolwork. That's why I think the chart that we looked at last week is really important to actually get to grips with how many hours realistically, and that's being realistic, not optimistic, or that's what I'd really love to do. How many hours a week in your normal school week you can actually devote to squash. And that's not going on a squash court, that's squash as the whole package. That's the mental, that's the physical, the tactical, the technical, the whole lot. And I would be surprised, and I don't know, and you might be able to tell me, and I will ask you all individually, whether you'd actually get more than 4, maybe 5 hours a week to squash, maybe a little bit more. Was that fair, or was that too little? Toby, can you get more than 5 hours in?
No, probably not.
Probably not. Okay. Arjun, more than 5 hours, less than 5 hours?
Probably less.
Probably less than 5 hours.
Is that including, are we including physical here, Carts, as well? So any running that might contribute to their training?
Well, that's the best. I mean, if it's, I know that the school that Toby's at, they always do their cross country on a Wednesday, so that would be a physical thing that I would actually add in as my physical part for my squash. So that might be 45 minutes of school time. I don't know how long it is, but yes, that would be counted in. It's no good you and me designing the guys a program. So you got to do a run, 2 runs a week, and they're doing 2 at school. That takes care of that. So it's making sure that you know your school timetable and when you're available. So I think it's really important that you're honest with yourselves and work out what time you can actually devote to squash, devote to squash. Some of the mental stuff, that could be just sitting down and doing some of the stuff that we're doing tonight and what we've done last week, just watching videos. I think that's mental preparation as well. So it doesn't have to be, sitting down reading books about the mental side of the game. It can be sitting with the coach and talking about some of the things that Steve's going to be mentioning tonight about performing under pressure. So competition, well, that's on 0 at the moment, isn't it? we haven't got any of that, unfortunately. So I think it's just as a sort of where we were last two Wednesdays ago before we came into lockdown, where you think you are technically, where you think you are tactically, physically, your lifestyle, your approach to the game of squash. Obviously, competition is at 0. Could you just maybe don't spend more than 5 minutes just marking in where you think you are, and then some action plans that you think you can actually put into place when we get back? And Steve and I can look at those. You haven't got to share them with anybody. We can look at those. The idea is that Steve's going to have a sort of a central folder for us, and we've got all these things on there, so we can actually start to look at what you're doing and really help you develop as squash players to get to the best that you can be. And I think these little things might help us a little bit. I was on a call yesterday to England Squash and about 35 coaches, and saying, we've had a really productive session last week, and I know a few of the coaches have taken away that Nick Matthews video that we used, and have come back to me and said, "What a fantastic video!" I think your input to that last week was superb, and I think this is a really different way of learning. So credit where credit's due. If you can persevere with this a little bit over this week, next week, and probably the week after, I think it's going to go into, then hopefully we'll be back on court. But I think it'd be very useful if we can pick up a half hour, 45 minutes once a week doing these things going forward. And I will suggest that to us going forward. So Steve, over to you, my friend.
Okay, so stop share. Lovely. So we're going to move into watching a little bit of squash. I think we'll watch about the first 4 or 5 minutes. There's a couple of lets which hold on for a little bit, and hopefully at that point there'll be some interesting things to talk about. So let me just open it up. It was funny. I was running a jet session on Saturday, Carts, and there was this young boy called Louis, can't be older than 9. And it was like, make sure you click this button if you're going to share. It was like, make sure you do that as well. And have you done this? It's like, how do you know all this?
You know it all.
He knew everything. I was like, yes. I was just about to forget that. Okay, share screen. So there's a little button that says share computer sound. All right. Okay, so if I go on that, I'll reduce that. Click on this. Hopefully.
So hello, Vanessa.
Hello. So fourth game just about to start.
Yeah.
So
No, they're husband and wife.
Are they?
Yeah.
That adds context. All right. James Willstrop versus Prim Gawad, 2019 World Championships. Let's go.
Yeah. So I've the context of the match is that I won the first, as everyone does against Karim, and then
Karim lost the first.
Karim lost the first, and I lost the second very convincingly from what I remember. And then I kind of fought back a little bit to win the thirds, somewhat unexpectedly, I guess, even for me, pretty tightly. And so we're into this fourth game situation now where I suppose at the time I'm playing one of the best players in the world, one of the favourites for the title, and it looking with a little bit of a chance of a win.
Drop. What he said, backhand drop. Oh, he's still going. The wheels are still going. Oh, goodness, he's okay.
Yeah, I was using all the walls to sort of transfer weight for me in that rally, wasn't I? Yeah. It's quite hard when you're 9'4" to turn quickly. So any help I can get from the walls is...
It actually makes no sense that you do quite well against Gawad because there's no
he
one
twists
better
and turns. Yeah,
twisting
exactly.
and turning
yeah.
and playing really fast.
Yeah. Oh, couldn't get out of the way quick enough on that one.
What do you
Is it
think
me
it
or
is?
is it a bit
How do you
stuttery?
do quite well against?
How is it, guys?
It's stuttering quite a bit, to be honest.
Really?
I think it always stutters, though. It's fine. You can still understand what's happening.
Okay, carry on.
Gawad, I mean, the accuracy was really good in this match. That's a big part of it. If you're having one of those days,
If you stop your videos, boys, you might find it better.
That's crucial. But I think tactically, you just need to sort of have his number a little bit.
Well, that's very nice of you to say, but I don't know whether I see it quite like that. I just feel like I've played very well on those days. I mean, I admire him as much as any other player. I think he's an unbelievable player. I think he's perhaps my favourite to watch almost. And I think he is a lot of people's just through his style and the way he makes it look so easy. I think there's a little bit of a similarity between us both, and I don't know whether that should necessarily mean that it makes for good squash. I mean, we've certainly had good matches, and there was that rally that people remember, and we had that good match in Grasshopper. We just seem to work a little bit. We don't have too many disappointing games or matches necessarily, and I don't know. Maybe that is because we're quite similar. I think we both get on with the game pretty well. There isn't much conflict and sort of fat on the game. There's no needless rubbish going on. We just get on and play fairly flowing squash, and I don't know, there's perhaps that rhythmical element that he has that a lot of players can sort of take me out of. Not that I'm too uncomfortable in a rhythm. I don't need to be in a rhythm necessarily, but there's definitely a sort of pattern to the way I play and a bit of a rhythm that I quite like, and we both play in that sort of way, isn't it?
So is it quite? It's quite enjoyable to play against?
No, enjoyable in a sense that I feel that it's fairly clean. I like him as a person. We can get on with the game. We can play good hard squash. So, but I don't think it's enjoyable in terms of the squash match. It's hard. It's cat and mouse. It's every single ball has to be perfect against the wall in a corner. There's just no room for any inaccuracies on there. This is quite nice because I've got him going for stuff off the serve here. There's a slightly other context to the Qatar court, that it's very cold, it's very dead. So I know that I'm going to get a lot for my shots. But again, he knows the same.
He's 4-1 up here, isn't he?
Yeah, he's 4-1 up. The other thing at this point in the match is psychologically I'm on a massive momentum swing. I know that I'm reasonably sort of fresh. I'm not massively tired, and I know that I've only got one game to win here, and I know I can do it. So I've got a lot going for me psychologically. I just have to, and it almost makes me push physically that much harder. Just seem to be getting the balance quite right here, don't I? Most of the time.
Oh, God, I remember that one. You've done all the hard work.
So his heart rate is flying above mine at that point, isn't it? 191 and 170.
Just take a little note of their heart rates there. Just super high. Carter, have you noticed anything you want to talk about just yet?
No, I mean, I just a couple of little things that James has said. No needless rubbish going on. I quite like that. I mean, that to me sums up James's squash. He doesn't get involved. He doesn't argue. He doesn't, if you ever see him question it, it's worth questioning. He never ever questions it. He gets on with it, and I think what he's saying there. He gets on well with Gawad. Gawad's pretty much the same sort of player. They're clean players. They make every effort to get to the ball, which is great to watch, sporting. And also, I think one thing there, obviously, they've played in Qatar a lot. They know the court. And I think I've mentioned that to you a lot of the time. You're going to go to some of these junior events where you will have played several times. Know the court that you're playing. Know how it plays. Some will play faster, some will play slower. You get a brand new ball. Know what you're doing. That's all I've got to say, Steve.
Lovely. Any comments from anyone before we press play?
I think he said about how big it was that he was getting into his rhythm and how that made such a big difference, James Willstrop.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Rhythm, yeah. Very good.
I think mine's almost as an additional interpretation of that rhythm of mentality and not being antagonized so much by the other player. I think he was saying he's allowed to play normal, or his game, not necessarily his game, but he's allowed to play without this stress of someone gonna step in and kind of play unfairly. It seems is what something he was saying there as well. Might be something that helps his rhythm.
Heart rates.
Heart rates, yes.
Nate, what's going on there?
Yours is low.
Mine is always low though, isn't it? Yeah.
That's actually quite high for you.
I mean, at this point, I'm not going to... Gawad is very fair, and I would never sort of say anything if I didn't believe this was double. I was pretty adamant that was double.
Yeah, I think it gets... I think they see it, don't they? Yeah.
I've got to use the lobs on here, haven't I? I'm using a lot of them here, just to give myself that chance, because the pace is fast, because it's the dead court.
It is fast, but I think that's
There's the lob again, a straight one this time.
I think that's what gets him, is this an incredible amount of patience still to what you're doing. And you are taking the ball in short and attacking, and there is, fast stuff around the middle, but then there's elements where you just, like you are now, just taking the pace off, being really patient.
And at this point, I think, I don't know, Vanessa, you'll remember this. A lot of people ask me, what do you do in these crucial points? What do you say? And I don't feel like I'm playing particularly well here, but I just try and say to myself, just to keep doing the simple things well. And I'm getting a bit loose off the sidewall, so just try and straighten, keep those straight balls running deep, tight if I can. if I get the chance like I did there, just go for it and just have confidence in it. You know, so it's finding that balance of percentage play and attack. And that's a good rally for me to have, because I didn't win it, but I stayed with it. I've definitely unsettled him because he's had to do so much work, so he knows he's having to put these rallies in, and it's a bit annoying and gutting that I don't win it. But you have to then consolidate and say it's okay. Just try to keep repeating that, and it will come good. I remember that at this point of the match, the rallies being unbelievably hard to win. He wasn't giving me an inch. He was giving it absolutely everything, and I just had to just be patient for the opportunities. I mean, that's so tight down that left wall, isn't it? I can hardly get the ball off the wall there. He's playing so tight there. Just got to keep lobbing it up. Stay in the rally. Stay in the rally. Just stick with it. Don't be tempted if there's nothing there. Don't be tempted.
Steve?
Yeah.
Could we just play that rally? Could you just wind it back just that little bit? Because I was really interested in linking it into what we talked about last week as well, about how I think there's 2, maybe 3 balls under the service line there.
Go 8 all.
Just a little bit.
I think it jumps from 6-8 to 8 all, so let's go from there.
Okay. Just think about the height on the wall, guys, what we talked about last week.
I've definitely unsettled him because he's had to do so much work, so he knows he's having to put these rallies in, and it's a bit annoying and gutting that I don't win it. But you have to then consolidate and say it's okay. Just try to keep repeating that, and it will come good. I remember that at this point of the match, the rallies being unbelievably hard to win. He wasn't giving me an inch. He was giving it absolutely everything, and I just had to just be patient for the opportunities. I mean, that's so tight down that left wall, isn't it? I can hardly get the ball off the wall there. He's playing so tight there. Just got to keep lobbing it up. Stay in the rally. Stay in the rally. Just stick with it. Don't be tempted if there's nothing there. Don't be tempted.
And even better now for you. He's frustrated.
Yeah.
It's all good.
It's what I always tell the kids, you know, that one of the reasons I love to try and stay calm and do what Malcolm's taught me is because, you know, you don't want to give people any knowledge about how you're feeling, and that was what Gawad was doing there. He was giving me signals to how bad he was feeling.
Can't see there.
Yeah.
I thought that point he's just made was fantastic and so relevant.
Yeah.
From a mentality perspective, not giving the opponent anything additional to what you're actually giving them in terms of rallies or points. Giving them extra information about how you feel. Just comes down. It seems to come down to a strong mentality and confidence in your mentality, but also confidence in your physicality as well, knowing that you'll be able to still keep going. You've got the engine to keep going even if you're under pressure.
Yeah, I think there was couple of things he said there as well. He wasn't playing well, but he backed himself. He was confident with what he's trying to do. He's playing the percentage game. I think they're all very sort of key sort of phrases that he's used there. You know, he's not playing well, but he's still digging in there, still working it, and not stopping himself from going for an opportunity when it's there. I think it's so easy to go for an opportunity when it's not there. Well, I went for it and it didn't. It could work or it might not. But I think James is, as he said, playing the percentages.
Open question to you guys: if you guys were to rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being you just full of rage when you lose a rally, and 1 being that you're super cool as a cucumber, where would you put yourselves when you're under pressure? I'm not saying when you just start a match, but when you're under pressure. Where would you put yourself on that scale of 1 to 10? Arjun?
I'd say it depends, but like, it depends on the rally, but 5 or 6 maybe.
Okay. Damien?
So is 10 really
10 is
relaxed?
full of rage.
Oh, 1 is super relaxed.
Yeah.
I think if I'm thinking, I'm thinking about trying to be relaxed, and I've just like had a talk with whoever is coaching me, then I'll be around like 4, even if it's a tough rally. But if I'm like not thinking about that and I'm just really super in the game, and I'm not thinking about that, then it can be like 7.
Okay. So for you, it depends depending on kind of proximity to your last chat or your last focal point.
Yeah.
What about you, Antoine?
For me, generally, it's when I'm playing well and I'm playing a good game of squash. It's generally around a 2 or a 3. It doesn't affect me much. But when I'm not playing a good game of squash, it can get pretty bad. It used to be really bad, like 9 or 10. But now, even though when I'm not playing well, it's more a 6 or 7. But it's still pretty bad.
You mentioned that it used to be worse or more.
Oh, I used to be horrible on court. When I was under 13s, she did not want to see me lose.
What changed in you? What helped you kind of change your perspective?
I think it was at that point I started training at HPC, and that's changed it quite a bit because I was watching a lot of the players play, and some of the players were like just so relaxed and they were doing big comebacks, and I was like, I want to do those comebacks. So I started calming down when I wasn't playing well.
That's fantastic. So kind of the influence of a different environment helping you step up and change mentality.
Yeah, basically.
That's great. Leon?
I feel like I'm pretty chill. I feel like I'm always a 2 or 3. Like, I don't think I ever get too angry, like in a tournament or whatever.
In the inter-county quarterfinals 2 years ago, I think there was something.
Wait, when? Oh my god, no, that was not actually the one time. But I actually won that rally. I won that rally then, yeah.
When?
Was that?
Toads, it was the time you weren't there. It was my days.
It was so funny.
Oh, right, that, yeah, okay. I mean, I know I wasn't there, but I just realised what you're talking about.
Toby, what would you say about your game?
I wouldn't say I'm relaxed about it, but I put myself at around an 8, but I feel I can channel it.
Okay. Karts, was that about what you thought for those for players, or any interesting answers there?
Yeah, that sounded about right. I think also you've got to get it. I think there's one thing we spoke about last week is in the competition in the moment, and then also your coachability in a session, and being told or questioned or asked to do something that you actually find difficult. Sometimes the responses aren't always, "Ooh, I don't like doing that." And I think it's actually having that coachability. I think that's something I think it's got a lot better over the last sort of 18 months. But I think you've got to, it is about how you are coached and how you receive that information. Now, I've said this before about certain players that I've coached, good players, they're top 50 in the world. Well, I don't like doing that. Yeah, you don't like doing it because you're not very good at it. And I think it's having that coachability as well. So yeah, think about that as well. Thank you.
Good. Thanks, guys. I'll press play now. Watch the last few minutes.
Yeah, he was 8-6. 9-8, 9-8 down, 8-9 down now.
From what I remember, it doesn't get any easier here. Looks like I've sort of had a bit of a momentum swing, but I think it gets hard again. I mean, I know he's going to take it in off the backhand volley anytime, so I've got to keep it off his backhand.
Well, he's had, I think Johnny was talking about it earlier, the sort of the frustration playing against you is that he isn't able to be as free flowing with his shots as he likes to be. I haven't seen that many out and out winners from him, on the favoured backhand.
I'm just hanging on for dear life in this rally.
You are, but at the same time, you're not giving him anything still.
Just stay in it.
Brilliant.
He's feeling, he's got doing about it. the post has gone in. That's not good enough. Wilstrop,
please.
instead of playing a straight drop, has nailed the straight drive.
10-8, match ball.
Played a few million of these
Oh,
down.
that's a great shot, that. What a
This
lovely
is
bit of
when,
hold.
It's just, I bet you'll have had those loads of times. You know, when you get to the end of matches and you just don't know how you're going to win a rally.
Oh, so hard.
And it's a horrendous feeling, but you know he's feeling the same. Or
Yeah,
she.
You can't work out how you've actually managed to get those 10 points.
Did you want to pause it there, Carts?
No, I just love that shot that James held. Just a little bit of hold, sent Gawad. You know, he's been playing cross courts. He's sent Gawad that other side of the court, and the straight drive, the simple shot, won the point. Such good racket prep. That such lovely position. That's what you call hold, disguise, deception, isn't it?
Do you want to see that again?
Yeah, if you can.
Oh, I think.
If you can pause it over it as well when he just about comes in to hit it.
Yeah.
Good enough. Wilstrop,
please.
instead of playing a straight drop, has nailed the straight drive.
10-8, match ball.
So look what Gawad's reading there. You know, he's looking, he's thinking that ball. I think as James comes in, I think Gawad takes a step slightly to the right. Yeah, he's read the cross court, and then James has just come in with the string. Just go back a fraction, Steve. That's such a great shot.
Sorry, it's going to go.
Okay, that's all right. It doesn't matter. Watch it through, James. Just look what Gawad.
Match ball.
He's gone. He's gone for the cross court.
This is when, like, the rallies just, I bet you'll have had those loads of times. You know, when you get to the end of matches and you just don't know how you're going to win a rally.
Oh, so hard.
And it's a horrendous feeling, but you know he's feeling the same. Or she.
You can't work out how you've actually managed to get those 10 points on the board.
Yeah, and you're both just so level that you can't find a space. You can't find any openings.
Yeah, any slightly edgy decision here is going to go video referee, isn't it? Once they make that call, they keep doing it. Oh.
It's one of those, isn't it? It's like, do you like in retrospect, you're always going to say, "Oh, that error. If I'd have lost the match, that backhand drop, why did you go for it?" But I just try and move on from shots like that because I can't. I've got to play them. I've practiced them and done them so many times. You have to go for it.
How many times have you hit a winner from that position?
Yeah. So if it goes down, it goes down. You know, that's it. I've given it my best shot. I was in a good position to do it, so.
Lifting. Oh.
Incredible rally, this. Amazing.
Oh, the crowd go nuts. This is just out of the top shelf of world squash.
Oh
my word. These two are putting on an absolute point here in Doha. We don't often see some dramatic, nail-biting stuff over the years, Johnny. We're only in the last 16. Wilstrop, he's fighting away, couldn't quite get that one. This is the most animated I've seen Kareem Abdul-Gawad.
71 minutes on the clock so far in the match of the tournament. Easily the match of the tournament so far at the World Championship this year.
He's taken the wrong line. James Wilstrop has got a third match ball.
Loose. Just got on it.
I think this is where my phone battery died. It was definitely a match ball. I think there might be another one.
You're outside the school, is it?
I'm in the playground. Battery's just died.
Is it raining?
Probably.
Yeah.
Always rains. And.
Is it the team? James Wilstrop has just had a mental victory. You're looking at somebody.
And I've basically had to go around all the parents in the playground to ask somebody if they could just check the result on their phone.
Beating one of the best players in the world, one of the players
Yeah.
And yes.
Well, there you go then.
Happy days.
Interesting error at the end, wasn't it? But I think it was all pressure. You know, the pressure of the match was horrendous, and it's just hard work. And then you just you're just waiting for an error like that, aren't you?
Okay, that's about it. Anything to add for those last few minutes there, Cots?
Oh, I think James says it all, doesn't he? You know, he's just calm and composed. He went for that drop. You know, he's played it 1,000 times. It wasn't a cheap shot. He went for it. He backed himself to do it, and it didn't work. But he said he just moved on. You know, carry on next rally. And I think that is such a problem for a lot of younger players. But oh no, that shot's gone down, and you're focusing on that shot, and then you lose the next point, and then suddenly the match is over. Whereas James has said he's just come straight back and picked the rally back up again. So 2 really good videos from last week and this week. Very similar, actually. Both very, very similar, you know. Looking at height on that front wall again, opening the racket face, buying time. What I noticed, I thought James was very far forward, really pushed forward a lot on a lot of those rallies. A couple of high backhand volleys that Gawaz come across court and James just reacted to, but I don't think had he been that far forward he would have been able to do that. So really pushing forward, really asserting himself across the middle of the court, which is again something that we've done a lot of, you know, controlling the ball around the middle. So you can see where all these ideas come from.
Do you want to put your video back on, Cots?
Oh, sorry guys. Yes, you can see where these ideas come from, you know, and I've always said to you that I do nothing different with you guys. We do nothing different with you guys that the top boys do. They just do it a little bit more and a little bit tighter, a little bit more intent. But it's all the same. It's the same game. It's the same game, boys. It's the same game.
Cool.
Right.
Any comments about that, guys? Anything to say? No. All right.
Are you beginning to watch these clips through coach's eyes now? Are we getting you to look at them rather than just watching the game of squash? Yeah, I think that's a real big thing, that watching the game of squash through coach's eyes rather than through, oh, that's a really good shot, or that's a great game of squash. You know, you start to look at it a little bit more clinically. You might start to develop a little bit more of a tactical awareness as well for yourselves. Something I didn't do a lot of. I openly admit I didn't watch enough squash. And the guys that have been good, and I say guys, and I mean the girls, are the ones that have watched squash. They've become scholars of squash. You know, they've watched all the rounds and sat there and watched. And I know I've tasked you with it before, and it's a painful task to do sometimes. When you play your next tournament and you lose, if you lose, watch the player that you've played the next round. Just watch. Just see what they've done. See how they beat you. Hard to do because I should have won. I'm better than him. Angry, but actually sit and watch it if you can. A lot of lessons to be learned from that.
All right, so we're going to give it a go at getting your heart rates up super high.
Oh,
you got a lot
of buy in there, Steve. You got a lot of buy in there.
I can see. Are you okay, Toby? You look very excited about this.
Your advertisement was "Let's get your hearts real high."
Okay, cool. I'm just going to switch over videos to the other camera.
Everyone okay? Everyone not injured? They're okay to crack on? Yep. Good.
Yep.
Unmute. Here we go. All right. Set myself up on the telephone here. Okay. Pop that on. A bit brighter in here. Okay, guys. So the exercises that we're going to do today, they're not just.
Steve, I need to get my glasses up from upstairs. Okay.
Okay, mate. We'll wait for you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, strength. Core. can't actually see everyone else. Let's have a look. Leon's getting his shoes ready.
Yeah.
Okay.
Toby. You there?
Yeah.
Toby, you know, I did a 6K run before school today.
6K?
Yeah.
Time?
No, my time is shocking. It was
What's your time, Leon? What's your time?
It was 34 minutes.
What?
Bro, I'm shocking. I'm trying to improve that.
Mate, I was getting under 30 at the end of lockdown.
No, not for 6K.
Yes, for 6K.
But you were?
Yes, I was.
Bro, that is nonsense. I do not believe
25, Leon.
Toby, I do not believe that.
I can literally show you a log I have.
Toby, but you're literally the slowest person I've seen in my entire life.
Really, I'm 4 minutes quicker than you.
Okay. Arjun's back now, so let's save this for WhatsApp or TikTok or whatever you want to do. Okay, so Arjun's back with us. So today's session, they're not just random exercises, okay? They're specifically targeted to tire you out. No, we've got a first section of cardio, we've got a second section of kind of strength or explosive strength, and we've got a third section of core. Okay, so we've got about 20-25 minutes the sessions left us. So let's start with a bit of a warm-up, and then we're going to start introducing the exercises. Then we're going to go through some of them as part of a circuit, thinking about performing under pressure. Okay, so let's start with a warm-up. Let's start with a nice jog on the spot. Oh, I love a little jog on the spot. I think I'm going to join in everything today. I've had a busy day, so I've not been able to have a workout myself. Okay, some heel flicks. Very good. Some high knees up in front. Good. And back to a jog. Let's go for some starter jumps. Does everyone know what mountain climbers are? Yeah. We're going to go press up position. Let's just go fast inside. So there's a few variations. Let's go 20 seconds. Okay, back up. Very nice. We're going to do some upper body rotations, guys. Rotating around. And let's just do some quality squats. So just six. Take your time. I'm going to go slightly wider stance, go all the way down. Keep my back nice and straight. So side on. Keep my back nice and straight. Just go for 6. Knees following the toes. You don't want your knees to move in or come out. You don't want your feet to come off the floor while squatting. Okay, think about those. All right, some gentle lunges, guys. So just jogging on the spot and then go in for a right leg and then a left leg and drop the knee down. Drop the knee down, side on. Good. Jogging, drop the knee down. Nice. Fantastic. A few more lunges, guys. Okay. All right. Let's go. So, watching camera, guys. So, the first section is the cardio section. We've got 3 exercises we're going to do. I'll just introduce them now. If we just go straight into them. So, it's star jumps and then a couple of explosive star jumps. Okay. I find they're quite good at getting you out of breath. So, a normal start jump is that. An explosive star jump is where you squat down, explode up, and then land here. Okay. So,
really tough.
For example, we're going to go for 4 normal star jumps and then 2 explosive. So it look like this, and we're going to keep going. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, and then straight in. Okay, so everyone just try that a couple of times. 4 normal, 2 explosive. Just have a little look. When you do your explosive one, get nice and low to the floor. So not quite there, Leon. When you land, you want your feet to land back together again. Yeah. So you need to jump super high. That's it. Good. And then back into your 4. Antoine, let me see. Good, Damien. Yeah, that's it, Antoine. Nice. Toby, let's get your arms higher when you do your normal star jumps. Okay, everyone stop there. That's good. That's exercise number 1. Exercise number 2 is a little combination exercise. I quite like this one. So what we're going to do is we're going to do 5 seconds of jumping lunges. So jumping lunges are here. Okay, but side on, I'll show you. What I want you to do is get down as low as you can and up and down. So dropping the knee all the way down, it will explode up. It's very easy to cheat this exercise, but as I know now, no one's going to cheat. What we're going to do is jump as explosively as possible. Yes, nice and low, jump up, nice and low. So we're doing 5 seconds of those, and then we're dropping down to the floor. We're doing 1 press up, and then we're going back into 5 seconds of jumping lunges. So can I just see everyone do kind of 10, 15 seconds of jumping lunges, and I should be able to see everyone within that time. So let's go. Start your jumping lunges, preferably side on. Toby, don't lean forwards. Everyone want to try and stay nice and upright with your upper body. Yeah, good, Antoine. Good, Damien. Looking good. Looking good, Carts. All right. Arjun, can you just go side on for me so I can see your legs? And Leon, go again. Yeah, looks good. But only thing, Arjun, try. So there's a nice transition there, but just try and jump up in between as well. So jump up, up. That's the one, mate. Fantastic. And then down into the press up after 5 seconds, which you don't need to practice. Okay, and the last exercise. So we did burpees last week. This one's burpees with a little kickback is what they call it. Now the kickback part is the burpee. You jump back. We're going to jump out to the side, out in front, and jump up. So here, there, and jump up. Okay, let's just practice a couple of those each. Arjun and Leon, I'm looking at you guys first. So if you two go first.
Wait, can you see me in my camera when I'm on the ground?
Yes. Yeah, go on, Arjun. Practice that, mate. No. So you've got to go back to the center, Arjun. Sorry, center, Leon. So do it again. Your feet go back, out, then then center, then forwards.
Wait, what?
Watch again. Almost. I think you've skipped a step as well. So you go out, then there, then there, then there, then up. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's have a little look. Antoine, Toby, and Damien. One. Yeah. Good. Jump and up. Good, Damien. Nice, Antoine. You got a lot taller, Antoine, but to make it harder for yourself, try and get your feet as close to your hands when you jump forwards. Yeah? Yeah. Cool. And Toby, happy with that one? Yeah, good. Okay, cool. All right, so those are the 3 exercises, guys. And we're going to go 1 minute apiece, 3 exercises back to the back, and go as hard as you can. Let me just set up a little, actually, Carts, unless you can time for me. Carts?
Sorry, yeah, I was on mute.
No worries. So if everyone gets in position for the first exercise, which is 2 stars, 2 explosive, and then 4 normal star jumps. Okay, starting with 2 explosive. So get in position.
How long for, Steve?
We're going for 1 minute of that. So if you give us a 5-second warning before the second exercise, we'll go straight into 1 minute. If the next one, then straight into 1 minute of the last one. Okay, guys, so in 3 star jumps, 2 explosive.
3, 2, 1, go.
Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Try and get your legs out, Arjun. They're just going up in the air. Try and get your legs out when you jump up. That's it, mate. That's the one. Yeah, good, Antoine. Looks good. Well done, Damien. Good, Toby. Keep that going, guys. As fast as you can. Don't stop, Arjun. Let's go straight in, mate. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then 2.
15 seconds.
Fantastic. Now, next exercise, jumping
Got it.
lunges.
5 seconds.
Keep going. Keep going, Arjun.
2, 1, and that's a...
Okay, 5 seconds, jumping lunges. 5, 4, 3, 2. Why aren't you moving, Arjun? Let's go. Jumping lunges. Straight in. Okay, press up. Let's go. Down to the press up. 5 seconds, jumping. Go. 5, 4, 3.
Mind your wrist, Toby.
2, 1. And press up. Yeah, Toby, if you're doing a press up, do it on your fist or just don't do a press up. Go. 5, 4. Arjun, straight back up. 3, 2, 1. And press up. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And press up.
Well done, boys.
5, 4, 3, 2,
20
1.
seconds, Steve.
And press up. Thank you. Let's go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And press up.
10 seconds.
You can get one more round in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And press up.
And time.
Save the best till last, guys. Burpee with that kickback. Let's go. Straight in. As many as you can in this last 60 seconds. Go, go, go. The jump back, kick back. Lovely, Damien.
I almost knocked over my lunge.
Good. Keep it going, guys. Nice, Arjun. Straight down, kick back, and jump forwards and jump up. Nice. Last minute, guys, or last 30 seconds, probably. Really nice. Keep pushing. Come on. Really good. Almost there.
20 seconds.
Go, 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 go.
10 seconds, Steve.
Thanks. Nice. Keep pushing. See if you can get one more in. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And time. Good.
Good stuff. I think you guys are all very fortunate. I think we've got quite a time constraint here. I was hoping to do another set of that, but I think we're going to have to move on to the next section. Well done, guys. Have a little breather. I'm just going to start showing you the second set of exercises, or start talking about them at least. So what we're going to do on this one is we're going to do a cardio-based exercise to really ramp your heart rate quite high quickly, and then some challenging exercises that I'd really like you to do with perfect form, or as close to as possible. So we're going to practice the form so you know what we're looking for, and then we're going to do a cardio exercise to tire you out a bit, and then we're going to try those 3 exercises with good form. So the first one is going to be a front, forwards, and then a backwards lunge, and then 3 squats. So it's going to look like this. So the forwards, backwards lunge is on the same leg. So on my right leg, I'm going forwards, and then I'm going straight back into a backward lunge. Okay, and then I think we'll do 2 of those. Yeah, let's do 2 of those. So I'm going to do a forward lunge, backwards lunge, forwards lunge, backwards lunge, and 3 perfect squats. 2, 3, and then other leg forwards, then straight into a back lunge. Now, what happens with most people when they lunge backwards is they lean forwards like this, and they don't properly take the weight on their back leg. You want to stay nice and upright when you lunge backwards. That might be worth practicing. I think we did the reverse lunge last week. Might be worth practicing that one now. So you should have had enough rest now. So let's go for a forward lunge on your right leg, straight into the backward lunge. So forward lunge, straight into a backward lunge, straight into a forward lunge, straight into a backwards. So just practice that one. And when that starts to feel good, or that you're not leaning forwards when you're doing the reverse lunge, swap over onto the left leg and try it on that side. Okay,
two squats, Steve, between each, or 3?
We're going to do 3 squats.
3 squats. Okay.
We won't be able to keep in rhythm this one because people are going to go at different speeds.
Yeah.
So we'll go. So you're going to go forwards, backwards on one leg. 3 squats, change legs, forward, backwards.
Yeah.
Is everyone happy with that? Wave at the camera or give me a little thumbs up. Arjun, Leon, is that good? Yeah. Antoine, Toby's good. Antoine and Damien, happy?
Yeah.
All right, that's exercise number 1. Second one is a bit of a lunge matrix. Now, we're going to start with the knee up on this one. So it's knee up, but we're going to go, let's go just 3 angles. So we're going to start with the knee up. You're going to go down and finish with your knee up. Okay, and then I'm going to go, so imagine a clock face with my right leg. I'm going to go to 12 o'clock, then I'm going to come back. So here, let's practice this with me, 12 o'clock. Then I'm going to go to 1:30, and then I'm going to turn straight to the side, go 3 o'clock, and come back up. My cock actually just moved under my feet there, or this rug. So let's just see everyone do that. So right leg, yeah, it's a tough one to, it's an explosive movement. I know I make it look very easy. So we go down with the knee, up. You've got to finish nice and upright with the balance. Try not to, a bit wobbly there, Toby. Try and stay nice and upright. Don't lean too far forwards into that lunge. And then, what have we got? Yeah, and then we're just going to go into the left, other side. So everyone stop there. So for me on my left leg, I'm going to go 12 o'clock and up, then 10:30 and up, turn, and 9 o'clock and finish upright with my knee there. Okay, everyone try that with their left leg now.
Oh yeah, I just did both legs. So.
Okay, mate. Well, you can keep going with both legs then, so you don't get a rest. Damien, finish with that knee nice and high if you can. Good. That's it. Drop the knee down. Yeah, good, Damien. Nice. Okay, cool. So that's the second exercise, guys. And the third exercise is a tough one. So we're going to go for an explosive squat. So we're going for a jumping squat. 2 jumping squats. So we're going to squat down, explode up. 1, 2. And then we're going to go for 2 squats, 2 normal squats, and a hold for 5 seconds. So that's a complicated movement. So it's 2 explosive squats, 2 normal squats, and then a hold for 5 seconds. Can everyone just practice 2 rounds of that? So explosive squat, 2 normal squats, and then hold as low as you can. So for me, side on, that looks like this. As low as you can in that strong position for 5 seconds. And then we're going to set yourself up again. 2 explosive up in the air, 2 normal, and then 1 hold. I'll remind you of each exercise just as we're coming up to it.
Is it a minute on each exercise again?
Yeah, a minute on each. But unless you guys forgot, I mentioned we're going to do 1 exercise before we do these 3, just to tire you out a little bit. Now, 1 exercise is going to be normal burpees with a press up.
Mean man. Mean man.
Yeah. Sorry.
Don't sound that sorry, Steve.
I know, I'm not that sorry, really. You didn't give me that much time. We didn't leave much time for fitness at the end anyway. Okay, so I'll just show you a couple of normal burpees with the press up. So it's where we're going to squat down there, press, jump forwards, and then straight up. So you guys can do these nice and fast.
I don't want to do too much on my wrist because we've already done
Toby,
yeah.
You can do 2 explosive star jumps and 4 normal star jumps. Okay, is everyone happy with that? So we're going to do a minute of that cut and then our 3 minutes of exercises.
Okay.
Okay, everyone in position for your first minute of burpees, guys.
Wait, what is it? Is it burpees first?
Burpees first.
Oh.
And cuts in terms of timing, could you just let me know 10 seconds before the next minute and then I'll tell them what the exercise is.
Yeah, okay. So ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Burpees, guys. Let's go with the press.
I'll give you after 50 seconds, Steve, yeah?
That's great, Carts. And then just say change at 60 if you can.
Yeah.
Cheers, mate. Let's go, Arjun. Let's go straight in. Up, big jump. Good, straight down. Yeah, smash them out. Need to get your heart rate up there. Good. Go, 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 go. Straight down, Toby. Yeah. Sorry, Toby's doing well. Good. Explosives. Nice, Damien. Good. Press up. Good man.
I was playing football today and I hurt my toe, so it kind of hurts doing the burpees.
Okay,
Okay, don't do those then, mate. Can you do the star jumps? Did that hurt?
Sure.
Do those, mate. Good, keep it going.
10 seconds, Steve.
Thanks, guys. Okay, so the first exercise is the forward backward lunge. We're doing 2 of those, 3 squats, then change leg.
2, 1, go.
Okay, forwards, backwards, forwards, backwards, 3 squats, then change leg.
Very good.
Good.
Excellent,
Make sure you
fellas.
drop
Well
that
done.
knee down, Damien. When you lunge backwards, make sure that back knee is down. Forwards, then straight down. That's it, mate. Backwards, then your 3 squats, Damo. Yeah, good man.
Excellent.
Really good. Good, Arjun.
That's good. Very
Really
good, boys. Well done.
Good. And again, these exercises we'll send out via a document so you can practice them.
10 seconds, Steve.
Thank you. 10 seconds. So next exercise, guys, is the lunge matrix with the knee up. So you're going to do 3 on
2,
each leg.
1, go.
Knee up, then down into the lunge. Let's go. Pick a leg. Go. Perfect technique now. I know you guys are, heart rates have risen. Keep the knee nice and high, Arjun. Good. Now change legs, Arjun. So go 12 o'clock, then 10:30 with your left leg, and then 9 o'clock with your left leg, Arjun. Good man. Now change legs again. So with your right leg, you go 12, 1:30, then 3. Good, guys. Chance to lean forwards, Antoine. Yeah, get that knee nice and high. Very good. Impressive.
10 seconds, Steve.
Thank you. Next exercise is the 2 jumping squats, 2 squats, then the hold for 5 seconds.
2, 1, go.
Let's go. 2 explosive, 2 normal, 5 seconds hold. You're going to have to judge the 5 seconds yourself. Hold, arms out, and then go again for the 2 jumping. Okay, go. Really good, guys. Last exercise here. It's 7:10, so you only got 5 minutes left as well. Fantastic. Just enough time for some abs.
30 seconds, Steve.
Thank you. Good. Keep it going, guys. Really good. Hold that 5 seconds. Chance to collapse into it, guys, when you're holding that squat. Nice and strong. You're going to put it on the quads. It's going to burn.
10 seconds, boys.
Hold on to it. Almost there. Really nice.
2, 1, time.
And relax. Fantastic. Okay,
Good,
guys.
that,
So,
Steve.
sorry?
That's very good, that.
Yeah, nice. Awesome. Okay, so we have about 4 minutes left, guys. So we're just going to finish with a couple of ab exercises. I'll restrict it to just 2 instead of the 3. We're going to do a 1-arm plank. And we're going to do a V-sit rotation. But again, it has to start with some sort of cardio exercise. So can I have some suggestions? Otherwise, I'm going to go for a burpee again.
Mountain climbers.
Okay. Who suggested that?
Me.
Yeah, it doesn't help. Can't see everyone on the screen. Sorry, guys.
It's Antoine.
Antoine, okay. Mountain climbers, anyone else? Toby would need a different one.
Star jumps for Toby.
Star jumps for Toby again.
Hi,
Right, let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, this time we're going to do 45 seconds mountain climbers, or Toby, you're going to do 2 explosive star jumps and 4 normal for 45 seconds. Carts, if that's okay.
Yeah.
Followed by 1 minute of a 1-arm plank. Now, let me just actually, it's going to be 30 seconds each side of 1-arm plank. Can I just show you what one is? So 1 arm, if you normally do a plank like this, what you're going to do is take 1 arm to the side like this, and then take your arm to the side. This is not a 1-arm plank, okay? This is a 1-arm plank.
It's a side plank.
You need your, yeah, exactly. You need your arm down to the side. If you can't hold to the full 30, don't worry about it. You just drop to the floor, then come back up when you're able, and then swap up sides when we change sides. So we're going to do 30 seconds each side, Carts, if that's okay. When we get to that. And then we're going to do a V-sit rotation, which is feet up here, arms to the center, leaning back. So I'll show you side on, leaning back and rotating the elbows down to the floor. Okay. Really nice one for your abs. All right. Lovely. So 45 seconds of your cardio burst or upper body and core burst, which is the mountain climbers. And then we're going to move on to the first minute carts, which is a 1 arm plank. And then after 30 seconds,
change arms.
At 1 minute 15, we'll swap. 1 minute 45, we'll change exercise.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys, everyone get ready for your cardio.
2, 1, go.
All right, 45 seconds. Come on, smash it out. It's the last 2.5 minutes. Really good. If that hurts your toe, yeah. If it hurts your toe for the plank, Arjun, then you can do a V-sit. Do you remember the dead V-sits from last week?
Yeah.
Yeah, do those for the second exercise if it's hurting your toe for the 1 arm plank, okay?
Cool.
How are we doing, Carts?
That's 30 seconds, buddy.
Lovely. Keep pushing, guys. Almost there.
40, 43, 44, 45.
1 arm plank, guys. 1 arm plank. Let's go.
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Drop that shoulder down, Leon. Otherwise, it's a side plank.
Oh, strong boy, Leon. Well done. I thought you were going to wobble there.
Good. Really good, guys.
Well, there's a strong breeze going through here.
Doing really well, guys. Fantastic.
5 seconds. 2, 1. Change arms.
Nice. Really good, guys. Try and get your arm down by your side, Damien. On your hip, yeah. Might help with balance. Really good. Last exercise is the V-sit rotation in about, what is it, 10?
It is 10.
Lovely.
5, 2, 1. Change.
Let's go. V-sit rotation, guys. Let's smash it out. Last minute. Might want to slow it down. Try and bring your shoulders back there, Antoine. Don't want to cave your chest in. Bring your shoulders back. Back nice and straight. Slow it down. You can lean back a little bit more there, Damien. Make it hurt a bit more. Thank you. Good. You okay there, Toby? Toby, why don't you put your heels on the floor, take your feet further forwards, and then lean back.
It's a minute of this, Steve, is it? A minute of this?
Yes, please. Yes,
yeah.
Please.
Halfway.
Okay, good. Looking good, Arjun and Leon. And Antoine, well done. Almost there. Really good.
5 seconds, Steve.
4, 3, 2, 1, and relax.
Well done.
Really good. Well done, guys. That takes us to the end of our session. Any concluding remarks there, Carts?
No, I just will think that we need to just touch base, Steve. Make sure we get the 2 documents sent out to the boys now. And then if they can get that done and sent back to you, I think, yeah?
Fantastic. I'll send an email out. Probably expect it tomorrow, guys. But have a lovely evening. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Any feedback from today's session?
That was really good.
Excellent.
I definitely think it's better having the squash watching than the training without a gap in the middle. I think it was
better way of doing it. Yeah. Well done, fellas.
Thank you.
Really well done.
Take care, everyone. Cheers, Steve.
Have a good weekend, guys.
Bye, everyone.
Oh, actually, good week.
Bye.
Wednesday, isn't it? See ya. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Oh.